naku olwaleero.
In 1980, I wrote about it, that constituencies were gerrymandered.
Gerrymander is splitting a lot of
cutting constituencies where you have support. The NRM has done it. Why? In 1980, Apache North, Apache East, Apache Central, Apache West, it has 4 constituencies, Apache. Today, if you ask how many constituencies are in Apache, why? Because there was no formula. Today, when the NRM came to power with the democracy, at that time, the NRM was burning. There was a volcano inside the NRM to ensure democratic governance. One of the 10 commandments. Now
they came with the 10 issues from the bush.
Yes. So they came out with a formula. Every 50,000 Ugandans are represented by an n.u.p. That one has been abandoned. Who creates constituencies?
The same gerrymandering you're talking about.
Would have a monopoly on creating constituencies. Why? But these people knew, in order to deny the Electoral Commission this right of creating constituencies, they said even the Parliament can create constituencies, because the Electoral Commission creates constituencies after the census. What if we shall not have a census? So this, when you look politically at the constituency level, you can find that some constituencies were gerrymandered. Yes. I'm not surprised. NRM has so many constituencies unopposed. Some of them are not unopposed. But the fact is that you divided the church into 2. If you create a church into 2, a mosque into 2, a mosque, do you expect a Catholic man to go through? You divide the church into 2. You divide a constituency where the NRM is predominant. Most of the supporters of NRM
are in the constituency. So you split
it into 2. Do you expect it?
The opposition. Of course, you have done it just to increase numbers in parliament.
17 MPs of UPC went unopposed. Why don't we see a man, a candidate from the opposition becoming unopposed? Why?
There are no opposition people that are not unopposed.
Like Frank Tumwebaze, they buy off the opponents. In fact, there should be a law. And they don't know.
I need to understand, Mzee, how does that become a problem of the Abakam and the EC?
That there was a man, Dr. Lulume. Lulume is in Uganda. Lulume was an effort this man. He stood against a man who was working in the State House. He was in the PPU, the Presidential Press Unit. That man was called Ngabirano. So, the government, it seems, wanted to defeat Ngabirano. Because Ngabirano had contested with the Professor Mondo Kagonyera. And Mondo Kagonyera made a very humiliating statement. Said, Ngabirano says, he's close to the president because he works in the PPU, the Presidential Press Unit, which at one time headed, and I was bundled out in a humiliating man. And I lost the appetite for working for government. Maybe another government, but I will never work with this government.
You'd better say you lost the appetite for working for the NRM government.
When my mother was almost lynched because of supporting Museveni, when my salary was low, immediately I left.
They increased the salary. The salary.
They will never see me again. I will never work in this government again. I'm supporting Museveni for deliberate. You cannot call me in a meeting involving government people. No, the way I was humiliated subjected me after humiliating 6 months, half a year, this command who is elected, Kabushenga, respect yourself, get out of New Vision. They have appointed a new man. Why should the hanger man fear to be hanged? Watutire emirimu akasajja ko tujja kwatudira ne famu yako kati kubanga bakubi ne tufuluma kati kuba bakubi ne tufuluma ne kati kuba ne tufuluma. I will go back to my home area and make a bricks. I will move naked in tatters, but I will never work. I will never accept a job in this government. The way I was treated, having delivered committed work that I go to president's office, I become an advisor to the president.
If this gentleman refuses to leave office,
this man who is he?
Butcher man.
If Butcher man and become an advisor of the president, and then why did I go to school to university to get a master's degree? It's humiliating.
No, each of you serves a different purpose. The other one serves in the ghetto.
To the president, I would have told my children to expand that appointment because it reminds me humiliation. If you call me advisor to Museveni, I can get me your neck and kill you. There is so much I'm getting. How much money? How should an advisor? How much money? Tell me how much money.
I don't know.
How much money I was getting. And the current people, Muroza to live a silver sajamwe, Murizikwe, or also into Kutujoga, to live a silver to me. That you can be humiliated and then you call us back ahead. Impossible. So I'm telling you that this man, somebody else done his work, did his work. The Electoral Commission chairperson, the commission did not create constituencies.
It was the power was left to the parliament.
Created by parliament and the movement co-decided by Nankabirwa. That's why there is a lot of gerrymandering. When I say
splitting districts for NRM benefit,
that Semani handle Semani what MPs have gone and opposed. Yes, it is we call it what? Masturbation. This is political masturbation.
Are you serious?
You are doing political masturbation. You are dividing your constituency.
You're pleasuring yourselves.
You are not. This is already.
So you are telling me, in order to increase their numbers, they split districts where they already have support.
Exactly.
And so no opposition can go there.
When you talk about the fact that are you different from UPC that made it impossible for these MPs to cross? Are you saying that we shall not have, if we go for election, where these people, where the opposition are failed to sponsor candidates, are you telling us that they will not get, they will not get a single vote? If they get votes, then it embarrasses you. How can you say that a man like Kasaija cannot win even at LC1?
Are you serious?
If his goats have voted.
Are you serious?
You see me, I'm critical. I've heard.
You have heard that on Kasaija every day.
Me, I'm a consultant. I have a deal, I got a business, but my money has spent two weeks without reaching my account. I want to know. I'm investigating. If you people, you are just joking on my account, may I have no other solution to kill you? Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Can't you negotiate extra terms?
My account, may I have no other solution? This is my money. I have the brain. I sold my property, and I hear these idiots touching on my money. You will see. Me, I'm not a criminal. I worked for you for 14 years. Devotedly. Are you a horse? Are you a horse?
What do your horses do?
Are you a horse? For Museveni without money, like me. How much money do you give me? Touch my business money, I will kill you. No problem. Anybody who touches my money, tampering with my accounts, we shall see. Tuna wonana. Yes. Yeah, I don't beg.
So, in 2 weeks' time, you receive nothing on your account?
Electoral Commission chairperson. When the people hear that the chairman of the Electoral Commission has summoned opposition leaders for violating COVID-19 rules, people laugh. It is like saying that a judge in Uganda has nullified the elections for bribing, buying beer to voters. People laugh. Because this is common, except in this election. Museveni is going to win in this election. Why? He's using Buyekera tactics.
He's going to lose.
No, Museveni is going to
lose the election.
Very big margin. I'm telling you.
Unless he rigs the polls, according to opinion polls.
60 and 70. I'm telling you. And when I predict, look what this book of mine, I wrote it 5 years ago. Before elections, before nomination. Yes. I said Museveni was going to win. Even now, Museveni is going to win. Why? Museveni is underestimated by his enemies. Bobiwine handlers are underestimating Museveni. The moment when you think that Museveni is panicking, this is when he is strong.
That is propaganda. We have seen this physically.
Do you see money in this election? Do you see money? Museveni flows accounts of the mafias who are financing Bobiwine. And he ensured that foreigners don't send money through non-government organizations.
But that is not fair play. That's not fair play.
For the first time, I'm telling you, the voters from 1980 up to today, this election is going to be like a 1980. Unless you rig it at the top, you cannot win. So Museveni's opponents cannot defeat him because the voters are not going to be influenced by him.
Let me understand that, Musei. Yes. Let me understand that. Yes. Museveni freezing the sources of his opposition. And for him, he has money. He's already an established politician.
You didn't know why the Dianas were stealing money left, right, and center. These Dianas, do you know how Diana became a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health? They humiliated Rukwako, put him in prison, but I know. I wish I had come from people like Rukwako's families. You humiliate me? Me? One who kills the other. This one you are. They went to Rukwago. Into a former permanent secretary of Health. They humiliate you and you become a commissioner in the Ministry of Education. Men know. Mirundi speed can hang me. I come from a brave and arrogant family. You cannot join the control. Talk back. You invite me, the former permanent secretary of Health. After malishing me, you put me, you poison me, and you call me at a function where Diana is in attendance. Let somebody do it. Call me where Tumwebas is an attendance and his colleagues. Museveni would be. He was inciting me to kill Tumwebas. How can me work in the president's office when Tumwebas was a minister after humiliating me? Museveni was encouraging me to commit murder. I cannot do it. That's why I did it to go there. Me, Mirundi's son. That you humiliate me, that works in love. That is a Muganda woman. A Muganda woman, after slapping him and doing, after slapping and doing what? You settle the matter in the bed, matrimonial bed. That's not me. Mama tough man. That's why I fought with them. Nkabatera ngengoma. Nkabatera ngembaga. Nkabatera ngengoma. Nkabatera nga munjoloba. Nkabatera nga mujakuzo. Nkabafuwa ng'omulere. Nkabatera nga ngengalabi.
Nakola kyawe botera buli kaseera. Humiliating you.
Nkabafuwa ng'omulere, nkabatera ng'amabanda. Ngempaka y'Omuganda, empaka y'Omuganda, omulere, obwesongozi, engoma, namunjoloba, emujaguzo, empunyi, nkabatera ng'embaga, bamafia nkabatera ng'embaga, nkabatera kabafuwa ng'omulere, nkabatera ng'amabanda, nkabatera ng'engoma.
When are you stopping okubatera? Or you're still hitting hard on them?
People. These elderly men, I supported them. In fact, I've taken
how are you supporting the mafia?
I've decided. With the two people, Muganda will tell you that to step in urine and stepping in the real sea. Where do you step?
Of course, you rather step in the liquid than in the solid.
The group, which is headed by Wabogo, is more dangerous. That's why when it comes to the full, the Baganda have a saying,
yes.
Crimes are not the same. To rape your mother, you rather rape your mother-in-law. That's what the Muganda said. A serious crime or serious crimes are not the same.
They are not equal.
They are punishable.
It depends on who is judging, because even if
when it comes to defilement and the rape, defilement means young. A rape means the woman you force
someone of a coming age.
Uganda tells us that when you are making a decision, find out instead of raping your own mother, you rather rape your mother-in-law. So in this case, when I'm confronted with the two, I sympathize with the old ones, but I cannot.
But the old ones have a lot of skills of stealing.
Even the Baziba. The Baziba have a good proverb. You say, come near the boat. And I used to, when I was young, in P7, in P7 I was
you were a smuggler.
I was a smuggler. I was smuggling the goods.
I was told you used to smuggle stuff into the country.
I was a smuggler, a notorious smuggler in the primary 7. That's why when it comes to money, I have the money.
Where did you get the money to smuggle in primary 7? Yeah, you had the brain.
In fact, if I can tell you, I scored 230 marks during the primary P7. The first grade was always at 210. I scored 230. It was at that time because education was universal. Even the village schools could get first grade, and there was no reason why. I did not remember any time when we were taught to cheat exams. So newspaper exams would arrive at a police station, sealed, became vumbo. My first time to
I remember that word.
The exams used to arrive a day before and be kept by the police because the police at that time was credible. That's why we have a colonial law. A policeman is not can't be a liar. But today, can you keep examination papers with the police?
Yeah, that they keep them there.
No.
Mzee, I wanted to ask you, why were the ballot papers kept in guard by the counter-terrorism unit?
Yes.
I hear counter-terrorism, is it a situation of terrorists in the country?
I was telling you a story that a woman, when I was in primary 5 or 6, introduced the literacy campaign. Were deployed to go and educate old people to learn how to write, to learn how to read and write. The assignment was reserved for primary 6 and 7. But because I was highly intelligent, I could do anything. I was in the school choir at primary 3.
Yes. Doing music and doing everything. What haven't you done since you are young?
My brain, I have a very... Once I can attend a press conference without a paper, a pen and a paper. You ask my colleagues, ask people who, when I was still a journalist, Mirundi could go to a press conference without a newspaper, without a paper, a book and a pen. But I could go back and reproduce whatever I was saying. Even if a press conference takes an hour, Mirundi can go to a rally without a newspaper, without a notebook and a pen, and I just listen. When I go back, I write whatever was happened. God gave me a very sharp memory.
Can you sincerely quote a direct speech? After listening,
even the figures. When you say journalist,
that's so special.
When you say journalist asking for a press release, he's a journalist. Press release is not.
He wants to copy from what?
So I was telling you that I was picked, although I was in either P4 or P5, to participate in teaching the elderly. Introduced the literacy campaign, and I remember in the P7 it came as a question: which ministry was responsible for the literacy campaign? Because it was done not by Ministry of Education, but Ministry of Culture. And we had,
so
when we talk about
a special thing that was reserved for P6 and P7, they gave it to you at P4.
Community centers. We used to have community centers during the time.
What happened in these days?
You are talking about NADs, you are talking about what? These agriculture officials could come to the villages. What constructed these community centers. In every district there was a community, in every town. I remember every 24th of a month, we used to have a film sponsored by the Ministry of Information. A film. We used to go to Kalisa and watch these films. Educative, advertisement, and what? And there was a film unit in the Ministry of Information. You're here today, Nabakova. It's just
Minister of National Guidance.
Kakati nkugamba nti the story how I survived. There was a girl, a younger girl, beautiful girl, came to teach us because he directed all of the students from TTCs to come and participate. Their role was to teach us, and then we teach the elders. I saw the same exercise in 1980 in Ortega's country, Nicaragua. What Amin had done in 75 was done in Nicaragua. That's why Amin has a big following here. I'm telling you.
Yes. People still remember him.
Yes. So this younger girl, this woman, not it was not the woman. I think she was doing her second year in a year training college. She came to teach us.
She was an intern.
You see, for me, I'm very humble when it comes to women. Because I liked my mother very much. I love my mother very much. So I have a soft spot on the woman, on the women. Ask Nacho. Ask this.
But you are too
former PS.
You are too hard. You are too hard on. You are too hard on Narweso. You are always too hard on her.
I've forgiven in Narweso. Yes, I've forgiven.
Just in the last program, we were hitting hard on him, on her.
Why? You listen to the tape I've recorded. I have now a different view about Mwenda. Mwenda says the way I've punished him is Salah. You listen. The person who there were three people, the schemers, Tumwebaze, Wabogo, Nakalema. These are the people who fought to me. Because Wabogo wanted to replace me with his colleague, Don, which is okay. Literally, you forgot. Wabogo will never rule this country, I'm telling you. I can predict things. When I predict 10 things I see, I'm not thinking Waboga as president of Uganda. Maybe he will get one of his farmers, Nataka Bendera Uganda, Nigeria, Nigeria Republic of Uganda, Nataka Mukazuenga facility. They were Kakati the two, I'm consulting the two. You listen to the recorded detail. Kakati Nkugam, Oyumulamu Wang, the girl came, told to me in the primary 5. After a course at the teacher, we have a university there. The Catholic University is way on Masakalu.
Uganda Matters University.
Yes.
I'm talking about Uganda Matters.
A TTC. The woman goes to Nairobi for secretarial duties. A course. Many of our people, our girls, who were well-to-do, their families took them to Nairobi. They were where there was a prestigious secretarial college. My brother, my elder brother, all left for Nairobi to do his university study. They met. When they met in Nairobi, one day when I had brought my smuggled goods to Chotera, they told me that your brother, your elder brother, has come and wants to talk to you. I left my Magendo in Chotera. I went home to see my brother. Why? He used to bring me nice suits. From primary, I was putting on a suit. That's why I don't separate from suits. I was brought like a Mulangira. Children used to fight over me to take me to school because my father had a bakery. That's why I'm arrogant. I grew up with luxury. Yes. I was treated not be silly. When took a walker, Mulamu Wanginandaba, that woman noticed me. And he told my brother, I told you this boy. How do you call him? He said, no. He's my brother. What is he doing? scored 230 marks. He refused to take up the vacancy in teacher training college. My father wanted me to be a teacher. Say he's now a smuggler. The smuggler is I was a notorious smuggler.
At P7.
I left
since P7.
and I was a notorious smuggler. Recently, I told this man, Kabonero, I was one of my companies were bringing in dry sales, Amanda. And Kabonero and Bukenya went to the Chinese companies and they deposited there $1 million.
Are you telling me, Professor Bukenya?
And they took a monopoly of dry sales. I went, it is illegal now. Uganda Revenue Authority cannot allow you to bring the Manda here because they have a monopoly. Mandela has a monopoly on the tires. Where do you have an economy running on monopolies? Where you have monopolies everywhere. You put is a monopoly, tires are a monopoly, milk is a monopoly. Because I
went to town someday, they told me some t-shirts are a monopoly to someone in town.
I went and told the Kabonero, you man, you have blocked me from bringing Manda. He said, okay. I enjoy a monopoly, pure monopoly here. Yes. But I can sell you at a low price. He said, no. Mirundi cannot be humble. I told the Kabonero after a month, your sale is high. We were even lenient with the international smuggler. We were even lenient to you, Uganda Revenue Authority, to give you even taxes. If you say that you have given the monopoly, you have created a poor monopolist, you cannot beat us on this. A man who started smuggling when I was in the P7. Can you think? Do you think that Kabonero, does Kabonero, you ask Kabonero.
Does Kabonero enjoy? That's a lot of sales.
Who enjoys a pure monopoly? Nobody is allowed. We are 20 companies, including mine. Nobody is allowed to bring Manda now. There's Kabonero. Kabonero's sells high. I told the Kabonero, I'm an international.
But you are able to watch this video. I don't know how you will survive in your business next year.
I told the Kabonero, when you look at me in nice shorts, you don't know that I'm a notorious smuggler. I told him, I will never come back to you. I'm not going to beg you, but I will bring. Now that we are not considered as by Uganda Revenue Authority as businessmen, let us teach you and the Uganda Revenue Authority.
A lesson to remember.
Never forget. They ask Kabonero, does he control the dry sales business in Uganda? If he does,
he got a monopoly.
And they are men, they are here. The dry sales are here. But because I went to Kabonero, ask Kabonero. This man,
I'll find him.
I think he's the owner of a casino. I went to him and told him, Kabonero, you have grabbed my business, but I can assure you, I'm a notorious smuggler. I started smuggling on Lake Tanzania when I was in P6. You cannot beat me. Kabonero said,
in this game.
You are doing a lot to the president and the government. Let me reduce the price for you. I said, no. It's again a monopoly. Let us teach the government and other stakeholders that you cannot enjoy, you cannot create poor monopolies in an economy like ours. So, when I went there home, the woman recognized me and said, that boy is intelligent, highly intelligent. Told my brother, my dear brother, ensure that he goes back to school. I would have been dead by now. Most of the smugglers contracted HIV and they died.
They had the money.
And they had the money. Kakati nze, brother wange na sala amagezi. My brother, that's why I respect you. That brother of mine. When he want Mirundi to be influenced, my mother. This one knows my character. My elder brother knows my character. Even Ham knows my character. Ham cannot tell me, say that, for inside the Mukuru. It does not, because he knows my character. Many people who know my character, Mirundi cannot be directed. I hereby direct. Mirundi will do the opposite. Ask my mother. I could fetch water and fill a tank without being directed. Directing Mirundi would refuse. That's how I was brought up. I don't know. This is the gene. Is
that a character? Mirundi, is it an inborn kind of thing?
Anybody telling me to campaign for the president? Am I the highest paid man? Do you know how regularly do I meet the president?
I don't know.
I was getting 600,000 in the State House. But I knew people were getting 10 million, 30 million. When you are talking about appointing an advisor, can Museveni mention my salary? It's shameful. That's why a term did and allow a retirement benefit. It cannot be. But because Mirundi is a man, once I believe in something, I don't believe in.
But do you think Museveni connived with those guys to fight you?
Gundi, my father, my elder brother, he wouldn't be seeing me now. Brother angeche yakola. Yagula mukwano gwange bamuyitanga Dig Mubiru nabba amagendo gange nembula capital. The only person who could provide me with the capital was my elder brother who had decided that I go to school. That's why I would have died as a smuggler. Hey, I'm an arrogant man because I'm not seeing money for the first time. We had the money when we were young.
Except these young men who have just joined the government.
Because I did not die from HIV, I developed a feeling that God wants me to do many things on earth. That's why when you apply to Mirundi, you see, I saw these people. Most of these younger boys were paupers. They were paupers. I had the money from school, from P7, from where I attached the money. That's why money is not a big problem to me. And I've been alive to see the changes in the government. This government has a problem. I have never seen a God who punishes his people for doing work. No. Or but is NASA, notorious NASA under Wakasis, could not kill a UPC. The fact that roadblocks, when you carried the UPC card, that was an assurance, comrades. In a minute's time, the notorious set bureau, search bureau, could not kill an Amini's person, an Amini's supporter. No. But in this government, the mafia, the younger mafia, out of it. The Tumwebazes, the Kaheros, the Wakakamba, those people who intimidate people, do a pussy. These ones can attack, as you will see. This man in Castle, I fought for Castle. Look at Lumumba. I wrote here this one.
I'm not seeing the cover.
The cover is this. I'm just seeing the 12. Where I mentioned that the NRM party could not, that even if Museveni wanted not to have election, to have to order people lining up behind their candidates, I said that was a methodology. Lining up behind the candidates, voting by security ballot, these are methodologies. They don't change the attitude of the people.
Yes.
I said, in spite of lining behind the candidate, we shall have independence, which is coming. I predicted myself, don't joke with me. I'm a man who makes predictions and I see them coming. I said, challenges ahead facing NRM. I said, in 2009, while addressing a Kata course at Chiankwan's Leadership Institute, President Museveni announced 7 directives that would govern NRM party primaries. He explained that he had been soft on independence because they defend themselves, saying primaries involve rigging. He issued the guidelines to govern the 2011 election in the party. However, since then, none of the directives has ever been implemented, and the challenge persists today. Museveni's directive. I say in this book that this directive of lining behind the candidates will not solve the matter. It was done in 1989 in Kenya. They used to call it what? when we wanted to reach out to the old guard and bring in the Rutos, the Mudavadis, there was another Kamba man, a Muriya man. They used to call it what? When you introduce these practices, the Baganda call it the Kalamajongo way of voting.
What is Kalamajongo?
So, Musuluru. They have a name for Kenya when you introduced it in the 1980s. I was not seeing it the first time. The Baganda call it the Kalamajongo way. I don't know why. Because at that time, many Baganda, do you know that Mutesa donated his salary to Kalamaja? And the slogan at that time was independence. Shall we wait Kalamaja to develop? And the Kalamoja had a year now, and we are talking about establishing a factory there. Kalamoja had the biggest beef factory in the East and the Central and the South Africa in the 50s. When Obata came to power,
what happened
at independence? The Kalamajongo told him, remove that machine that is finishing our cows. I wish Museveni was there. Museveni would have told them that this machine, because what you don't know, the Somali problem is not new. They kept a garrison there. In Kenya, they were called the Shifutas, who wanted to separate from Kenya to get independence against the Somalis. So the British maintained a large garrison in Karamoja. That's why they established a very big beef factory in Karamoja. When Obata came to power, the Kalamajongo elders told him, you remove the gift should give us at independence. Remove this big factory in Moroto, which was making beef, because it is eating up our cows. Museveni would have told them that no, you rear more goats, more cows. And at that time we had a network, a real network. When the factory was closed by Obote, then the Kalamajongo cows started coming to stay Abat.
Yes. They did not have a slaughterhouse.
Yes. There was a time during the 80s when Kampala markets were dominated by sweet potatoes from Tesho. What happened?
And that's what I'm asking. So during your times, all those things are just a myth. Yes. It's just history. What is here?
What bothers me? During your Obote's time, the Minister of Education could provide beef, fish, yellow maize, and every 1 year a day, all government boarding schools would go to the ministry and get these supplies. Schools that had been recognized by the Ministry of Education would get a new brand, a brand new Tata. Where was Obote getting this money? Where was Obote getting this money that maintained the Ministry of Education? Where? What happened?
Of course, now we are asking ourselves, when even the first lady is in charge, we expected more appropriation and more strictness in holding funds.
In my book, I said that Museveni directed that, one, registration of NRM supporters in all the villages. Number two, make announcements for such registration in a time to enable every member of NRM to register. Number three, in order to have that information to reach everyone, Museveni suggested that local communication fora channels, including rural radios, that reach audiences at grassroots, be used. Number four, NRM should not support NRM leaders should not support the candidates against other NRM contenders. Those leaders Museveni warned, who contravenes this directive would be punished. Number five, elections should be held in the most transparent manner. He's talking about the party primaries. A yellow book containing names of all registered members should be compiled and produced. Only registered members should participate in the party primaries. As mentioned earlier, all of the above directives were not implemented. The reason is that there exist formidable groups in NRM who are interested in maintaining the status quo. For example, no yellow book was produced. A committee was set up at the secretariat to verify academic papers of NRM aspirants. They were required to pay 2 million each as a verification fees by Tango Toy. This did not work since verification of academic papers is a mandate of n.u.p. Some members, however, lost their money and were disqualified by n.u.p. later. Kakati we wali obuzibu bwa Museveni.
Yabasabe million 2.
Nabagamba
verifying empapula.
Tango Toy
bamane babagoba ate.
Era Tango Toy is the man behind the surging of COVID-19. He is now silent like a cave. Tango Toy has disappeared like a gonorrhea. Tango Toy organized primaries for NRM. NRM was the first party to organize the primaries. What happened? The processionists. This chairman of the Electoral Commission is summoning these people, talking about procession. Who started them? NRM people violated the law, the COVID-19 law. They were seen, vividly seen. Yes.
But Musei,
what happened?
Even these days, we have NRM people carrying out the same issue. The man in charge
of the Electoral Commission was silent as a cave, was silent, was sleeping as a corpse. He closed his eye on what was going on. Tango Toy said, when Tango Toy was asked by the journalists, they were asking him, what punishment is going to be meted out to these people who have violated the COVID-19? Because the law, before nominations were done, Parliament had passed a law, which I told you when you read my new book now about Bobiwine. So therefore, the mistake that was done was not to punish those who violated the law during the NRM
primaries.
And the Baganda have a proof that it is the hereded bird, enyonyi enkulu, yeyigiriza ento okwonoona mu kisu. When you see a nest, is dirty. Why do they use
the mother?
The mother. They run it from the mother. In Karl Marx is saying, if we want to instill discipline in a country, deal mercilessly with your people. This is why you people, you don't know that Captain Zizinga, there were 4 powerful people, women at that time. Zizinga, Mchala Njuba, Mukwaya, there were 3 most powerful women. But at one time, in one incident, Zizinga's escorts killed a thief, a robber. They were arrested, the robbers were attacking. Do you know what happened? Museveni surrendered Zizinga to the law. Zizinga went to the gallows. She was acquitted of murder and her escorts by courts of law. This is why, at that time, where Museveni could surrender the violators of any law, this is why Museveni has maintained discipline in the army. Why? The moment you flout any military rule, you are referred to the military court martial. Museveni does not attend the court martial sessions. Tango Toy, the NRM, violated. What about, are we all blind? I think the chairman of the Electoral Commission is a blind man. Doesn't he see people in yellow addressing rallies?
He sees them.
Yes.
The likes of Kasulu.
Yeah, no,
who attend mass rallies.
You will hear. You will hear. Kasulu has been accused, but you will hear that even the man who was killed, what type of people do we have? You kill an innocent man to implicate Kasulu into the matter to get him arrested because of the man whom I said. Haven't I been saying it? That whenever I see Kasulu in charge of this money, called what? Omuyonga something. I see him entering the prison. Kasulu, fetetu sana, kwata kusente fetulimbwa. A man must pay for my radio programs so that I go. Am I your slave?
Dombo.
That somebody must pay. Who are you? This is a mentality. If I have the brain to talk on the microphone and convince people, carrying money is important.
So you're telling me, Kasolo being in holding of Myoga money.
You wait, you will listen to the recorded detail. in fact, the DPPC, the DPP should be arrested. Why? Because when you listen, the DPP connived with the man, somebody called the MP. You listen to the room. Kasolo was framed to get him arrested because of the money. Now, if Kasolo is the face of the NRA in the district, but the DPC and the accomplices don't mind about the political future. They don't know that Kasolo is tussling out with two opponents. The man who defected from NRM is buying for the chairperson of the district. Tumukunde's candidate is also standing. But because of the money, obujozi bwebalina mutwe kyekaba tukyayisa twaba kyawolo wabujozi nti omuntu ajje wange n'atwala 5 billion embwa ne bagijjawo ne bagitwala ewatali sente. Am I furniture to be moved from the sitting room to somewhere else? If a foolish woman accepts to be moved from the material room, then you will end up in the toilet. I cannot. You people, when you are humiliating us, you think our mothers don't feel the pain? My mother was almost lynched. Are you saying that my mother did not deliver? I'm a product of the sex act between Mirundi and his wife. Like you. My mother did not buy me from a carpenter. I was not bought from a supermarket like a doll. Why don't you respect the people? Why don't you respect us? Where did you go to school that we didn't go? Decorations and we never baba batire one. Never joke and see you never to joke of a chawa. I cannot sit with these people, but I forgiven Narways because of this step. And I'm reviewing Mwenda because he's talking, he says he's remorseful. His newspaper magazine, I didn't know that his magazine is no longer in the publication.
No, he does not publish it. He took it online.
This command of New Vision has been punished. Into Kuluvia na Eja Kusaso. Kuluvia will pay. Kagadi Kugam. Neganti chairman we electoral commission. Byakola tibiriyo. Toyinza kuyita bano babiri. Amuri yati the other day was arraigned before court. A passenger. Can he arraign a passenger because of the mistakes of a rider? Is that policeman? I will send him. I directed my children to get me a book that talks about managing elementary management of traffic rules. How can you take this man to court? The other day, the people you are calling to punish the chairman of the electoral commission, we are seeing the pictures, photos of Bobiwine sleeping on the roadside. And the argument is stupid. Why? If I'm going to Umbalala, and there is a candidate in the Masaka, am I not going to be allowed to go through Masaka? Am I going to address a rally in the Masaka? Is my dissertation in the Masaka?
No, I'm just going through.
And this man was going to through. But because they want Bobiwine to go through the villages, the rural areas, the police is helping Bobiwine. Why do you keep this man to sleep on the roadside? Because you are stupid. Bobiwine is used as a mudongo. Where do musicians sleep? Ask them. That's why they love themselves. Musicians love
sleep around concerts.
Yes, like
in their cars.
Why? Because they cannot afford decent accommodation. If they have no vehicles to drive back, they sleep in the open. They have a tent behind. Ask them. So when you subject it, you force Bobiwine like in Kiriandong. Bobiwine is a victor. Why? Everybody sees that in spite of the support Bobiwine has in those respective areas, he's not trying to overpower the policeman. Don't you know that this man is looking for sympathy? If Bobiwine had decided, look what Museveni. Museveni was detained at a roadblock in 1980, and he was rescued by Saleh and others from NASA. But they did not fight. Now, Bobiwine is provoking you, and the stupid policemen and the female stupid people
are getting trapped.
Are getting trapped. What is important? I told you, from Uganda, ono w'olubale tawoza. My children watch television. When this small woman was preventing Bobiwine from entering a hotel where he had earlier paid accommodation. Who are you? You are creating sympathy to this man. You see a group of policemen preventing this man from entering the town to go through. Escort him to go through. Force him to go through. Because he's provoking you into battle. Birigwa, when Birigwa contested with the Sebagala in the mayoral race, those younger Democrats tricked this man. They said they alleged, which was false accusation, that Birigwa was a homo. Kakati what they used to do, bajjanga ababana ba UID at a rally, a public rally, kubanga at that time we are addressing political rallies in what we call tatulegi. You come as a beauty contestant, then you pick the papers. Are you number 1? Are you number 2? Are you number 6? So Birigwa fell into the trap of these boys. The boy could come kneel before him and say, quietly. Birigwa used to slap with these people. And the voters say, what type of man is this? What type of candidate is this? Who slaps a man? Because that man
in public.
But Birigwa could not explain that these people abuse me. The way the trick they want to do on me. I'm an expert on propaganda. Let us ring him this morning. The man rang me. I said, am I a minister of works to provide jobs for you? Why do you ring me in the morning? These are people who think that when I abuse them, then they can. That what type of no, I get it marketing. I get the marketing myself as the man who can abuse you, who can slap you in the studio and go away with it. Even if I shout an opportunity, what? Who cares? So therefore, kakati mbagamba, the chairman w'electoral commission yazaaluzinga. Toyinza kugamba nti omusajja gwe baasuzizza Kurugudo motoka oyita tukosoni mpulira yes tukisobola wamusuziza ku luguudo ate n'omuyita omubonereze the other day ne bamusuziza ku luguudo kubanga nze ayino let me tell you many people misunderstand me many people think that I work for Bobiwine. I don't work for Bobiwine. Me I'm sure 100% Museveni will defeat Bobiwine with a big margin.
Unless he rigs. No. Depending on what we have seen in mobilization.
Where will Bobiwine get the boss? I'm telling you that Bobiwine made a mistake by starting his campaign in his favorable areas. 2. Museveni has managed to cut off supply lines on his side because Bobiwine was brought by the mafia.
Which is, of course, a market trick.
This man, this younger man, also has presidential ambitions. In many previous elections, would move with the sacks of money. This time, Museveni locked him inside his house. Nobody is losing money. Museveni has frozen accounts of ministers. At one time, 4 ministers were under house arrest. They had to apologize. This is why. Let me tell you, a poor election helps who? A poor election helps who? This is when the voters are going to regain their freedom. They have been losing to people. The MPs, the incumbent MPs thought that they would extend their term of office by 2 years. The incumbent MPs believed in the money. 80% have been saying it. Of people power candidates are financed by the mafias. They got the money. The selection was done in such a way. The mafias could provide you with at least 50%. Today, a man who was nominated, a woman who was nominated on a party card, what does he say? Does not have money today to buy off for the voters. Museveni has also locked the money because his son-in-law always during the elections would move with the sacks of money to show his face and create his own people in parliament. They had selected a number of people to give money to go to parliament. Why? It's this parliament that is going to audit. The Auditor General is insulated by law. So the parliamentarians, that's why they're fighting Kadaga. Kadaga, because he has done it very well, any group of people, even newcomers, Kadaga will stand as speaker and will be voted as speaker. The alternative is to ensure that secondary loses. That when the secondary loses, then Museveni will appoint Kadaga as the vice. Kadaga cannot accept to be vice because a vice president is under the total control of the conmen, the mafias in the state house. The vice president does not have any control over money. That's why Nakalima, in the last election, was asked the consignment of T-shirts of the president and the vice president have come together. What one should we clear? Should we clear them? Nakalima said, no, clear those of the president after all is going to go. Boked is hosting Sewamala, a notorious conman, that in a bid that he will defeat second. Let me summarize. Let me summarize on Lumumba. I was explaining that unlike other political parties, you are comrades. But even in this time of elections, the mafias are fighting Lumumba, the mafias are fighting Kasolo. I've survived the poison 5 times. They even fabricated a tape against me. What type of people are these? They are saying Lumumba stole the money. Lumumba did not steal the money. What happened is that the president said, president allocated the money. And that's the problem. Lumumba, as a Secretary General, has been fought. They wanted to sell, protect, and they did not want Lumumba to be involved. Because when it comes to money, Fetulimbwa, Bobo Ka, Abajosa, Kavinja Kaba Fukabo, but Webers. Kana kali mu new vision kana ke ba ko bien. Kasaja gwa fulum. Because my father is a poor man. Yes, because he doesn't steal money. I would have been a pauper if I don't come from a rich family. Mwampaga sende megamitwalo nkaga. Mwene motoka ya mwetali mafuta. Mubabubi. You ejected me, you took 5 billion. Mulise sasula. Mulise sasula basajja. Muja kusasula bulinzi mu. Muja kusasula bujozo. So I'm telling you, whenever there is money, they use a new vision and the red paper to malign. God has punished the red paper, a newspaper that had the following of the people. When you read it, 6 pages, what is happening in the red paper?
Yes, I'm also wondering.
Yes.
They sell it expensively and print less.
Discovered the marriage. And that newspaper is only surviving on Haina. Yes.
They used to analyze serious political issues.
Anybody who raises a finger against me is punished severely. Tumweba's recently had to surrender his properties to my dad. Yamuba sent in Abasiba. Mwenda lost a job. Kagame sacked him because of me. He didn't know that I participated in the struggle in the RPF, and Kagame cannot side with the person of Mwenda's type. Mwenda lost a lucrative job in Rwanda, and Museveni does not give him the operational commission. His magazine was closed, followed it very much. That Tumwebas had directed to kill my magazine. That any advert,
the Yellow Times,
young weary, oh, you man, I say to Nerigam, we will pay. Tumwebas will pay. Tumwebas will pay. Kabashanga will pay. These people. Oyumuko will pay. I will never work with them again. I have no problem with these editors because some Kutesa, I had worked with them, some Kutesa, we just agreed on one principle. Passes. And this is what I told you. Never know. But to my job, to truly the moon, but they could bang on the Ninquaso. I was sitting down. And I never work at this government. Where are they meeting? So Lumumba's problem is that they have realized that Museveni is not likely to have a national team. They created a bogus national team. Why? Because that Muko wanted to create his own team. Yebuli kasera atunyagira mawu na creating ko chiboka soga na akubya atana ankola chanzite bamutti. Babuga nzite bamutti. Gwatomo manyiti abamawule bonaleta wachi company na akola kira sasula gwanda ani ko naduka mbufeti mukole yali yachipanza. Era panze chikampuni kya madana na dana nani bakubane mbata nakano chigenda. Nakano chigenda. What if when I refuse publicly that I will never work with these people again, the so-called Museveni task force this up here, the target was me. Mbakole nembu. They can work with you again. That I work under their company. I have the brains. I've been maintaining these programs. We are remaining with a few days, not a mass, days. Election to be over. I will maintain my programs. I told
still continue
yes,
when they have run away. I
told you that there is no wise woman who engages in adultery with a man who has just come to attend a funeral or a wedding. Because if this woman, married woman, loses her marriage, the man has already gone back to Kampala. I cannot undermine the credibility of my programs to become a propaganda something
for a short time.
And two, even if you want money, these people are not using for you money. If you are serious, if the president wants my participation, why don't I get my money direct? Why do I have to work through somebody? If I'm capable of talking, am I not capable of paying for my programs? Then that means somebody wants to be a stooge, a staff of somebody, which I cannot do at this age of 50 years. I'm approaching the 60. A fool at 50 is a fool forever. So, in conclusion, Lumumba is facing problems. Why? Do you know that red paper police are not alleging that Lumumba's bodyguard had sneaked into her tent at Yankwan's?
How does that affect her political career?
Right about me in court, anybody goes because they are hired. Lumumba has stolen this. Lumumba has stolen this. Why? The president directed that these people who come to attend meetings are given 100,000 to go back. But when time comes, when it is dark, when they are supposed additional money should be given to them, this is what happened. These people were incited that Lumumba was retaining 50,000. That's not Lumumba. Lumumba was a nun. He was supposed to be a nun. Lumumba. I have differences with Lumumba. Lumumba came and saw my mother. Kadaga came and saw my mother. This Gondi, Avuganya Kadaka, Musum, came. But never J1, a waffle batula. Na ye, Musumba. My friend was siding on Mulabewan, Lankuta. Musumba is siding with this boy, Yomuko. I got to take our man to Parliament. I never stood against Bananka. We fight them. I release a list of the eve of election. Many of them will be defeated. We shall expose you. You cannot control Parliament to dominate Parliament with the puppets, because Parliament is going to debate the COVID money. All of the money except the money that was used by the National Task Force is going to be audited, because an auditor general audits books after 6 months. By the time the new parliament comes, that's why they are fighting to dominate the parliament with their puppets. No! The moment you block a democratic process that brings the MPs who can put you on accountability, we shall use another alternative. People use another alternative.
Mzee, you say these allegations that Lumumba ate the money assigned to her.
True. That's not true. In fact, I wrote it.
But where is the money?
I wrote it. No, there is no money.
Museveni did not give out the money.
Museveni, what was the president say? I was supposed to address those people. And the president had directed me and gave me money to reprint these books of mine that helped him in the previous election. Because they have not changed from what their argument. They are retaining the same argument. So the president wrote to me officially and gave me money, some money, to reprint. I'm still having even these copies. When you see, this is a Uganda bull, Kapu. This is a Runyankole bull.
The same but in different languages.
Because I've been selling election materials to the Election Commission. And the president directed to pay my outstanding debt over 600 million. I know somebody who is hiding it. So these people, when they knew that I was going to do a very good, crucial role, or your Malaysia, or your Mukomo Jozo, you know, and Jakunkozesa, Nebagamba, Tinjakubera National Task Force Babalanda. No, this time, if you want to use my services, pay directly.
To your personal account?
Yes, that's why I'm telling you. Intelligence manani. You try to mess up with my money, it'll kill you. Musiremere. Sentizange musiremere kwa account musije ko mulabe. Njagala ndabo yo sijaba wako ya de 10. I've sold my property 5 billion. Njagala musikwate ko basajja. I've got a deal under Mirundi media consultants nga account yange ko batadde sente nedda muzikwata ko basajja mwe mu njaba wako kabuli ejo kulamula release my money. Release my money. I don't want to go to the president. I don't want to go to Sabit. I don't want to go to Chibiramba. I will kill you. Njagala ndabazi kwatako mbomba weko sijaba wako ya de 10 nja kubatta busimu nja kunyingiza ko omuntu kabuli. This is my money. Ngeda ate muzibu. Ngeda ate muzikwata ko basajjamu. Basaba intelligence ani. Sije yiso na managana.
Monetary intelligence.
There ya touch my money and I kill you. You will die in an accident with this 3 hours. Release my money.
Not 3 days now.
I'm telling you, bazikwate ko bala baba sirwabo. Baba bia sente mwana mbabi bakubia nto kwata kamyo. You are stupid. Release my money. If anybody is interested in my money, I'm clear. I'm not a smuggler as I used to be. I'm not a criminal. I'm not what. Kakati nkubulira nti oyo Lumumba bamuwayiriza. Lumumba bamuwayiriza.
Bamuwagaza.
President yagambye.
Batagala kulya.
Bategedde nti Museveni ayizo butateeka task force. Kati byagala bibbe. Lumumba afeeyo byo bizibbe. Kyobola tuyinza kukola nammwe. Mwete tuyinza kudda mukola nammwe mwerimba. Titusobola. A person who can sacrifice Kasolo at this time, district bagitwale, Museveni bamuwanguleyo. A person who can disorganize your Secretary General at this time, a person who can
a few days to the election,
mu parliament bakwate kadaga. Are you human beings? Kyemvamba roga. Njabba bunyanyi. Teri kusonyiwagana nalweso musonyi. Mwenda ngenda musonyiwa. Naye abasikadde yo mukone baneba batu mwebaza abajozi nakana akani vision kana sinza basonyi.
Ze kigambo nga kinene.
Sobola basonyiwa.
Kyemvamba roga nga kigambo kinene.
Dirupe.
Are you serious?
Ejjogo lijja bagwera mu ddala okunja ogoyo tumwebaza yo nalingena mutira wa sudiri bajja tuteese gwe wajaga ko program zanga bajja jakem bakbeka sajja ko bakbentu eyo bajasi tumwebaze gwe nti nkusonyiwa nga nkusonyiwa ki ngojja ko program eno bajja ko kati nabaga nti mu biesente za covid what is happening now covid nabawandikira kati ne baga these people are like a good baby monkeys when the baby monkeys see red frames of fire zozi zinabuzinyi koze kibera kikudde omuli nibaga abantu sente bazibbi yabusoni the man COVID-19 is rampant kati nibagende wa president nti gwe tumwebaze sisobola wabwogo sisobola tumwebaze oyo gundi oyo akasajja ka new vision kulubya noyo gundi oyo kafufuluma we shall never sit together nakalema never in life tetusobola kutuula wamu
nepo baliyo basonyi
tekisoboka nalweso mujjeko mwenda mu reviewing okusinza gwewulira tape yejayo
jamwetegereza
baje mukubyemu tumwebaze tekisoboka tumwebaze tekisoboka kunsi mukabuli ne muggulu alituna mukabuli ya munne yali celebrating victory sisonyi watu mwebaze eyo kurupo sirigisonyi nonzija kuprogram mweno bojjaka eno bwateka keno nako akani vision naka kabukedde kakulubi never alituna mukabuli ya munne yali bawangudde therefore I know kakati final nabagamba nti bukedde ayina kya insinuating bukedde nakuba muzata nakuba muzati yesterday bukedde published a story that Museveni had donated the cars to the Kibuli faction. And the Kibuli faction is where Muzata was a prominent, playing a prominent role and Kalisa. What does it mean? It means, to an intellectual like me, there was a power struggle. Some people, the Kalisas and the Muzatas, opposed Museveni coming into Kibuli. This is why Bobiwine, I told you, Bobiwine is never invited by the sex of Kibuli. Bobiwine captures them. Bobiwine will take a anti Kibuli Rio Mokolo, Ngakozani, Latifu Sebagala, Ganamo Mumani, Tie, Gundi, Gabo Mumani, Tie, Kakati, Omkuru Fajayo Gere. This is why Museveni Waba call a vintu. Mubyofuzi batugamba nti omukulembeze kono byakola ddyo tabimanyi nalweso yagana nagende wabye mukenezi bayose nga Museveni directed me to solve a problem of land involving Bobiwine and a widow yenga nalweso tekimanyi baba mujuziza nalweso musonyi naye tumwebaze ne mwenda ngenda kumulivyowing okusira ku byalaja tumwebaze ku nsimuka buli ne mugulu nakalema ku nsimuka buli ne mugulu omukoto ku nsimuka buli ne mugulu munzite mulabe ne mago temuli gisasula ejogeryo libali mutwe siri basonyi wako nakama ejogeryo limwakozesa okunkuba nakana akasajja ka new vision kwatengala byofulume payike nga yafuluma nekulubya naye ejja kufuluma tewe buli eyagezaako okunfiiriza omulimu n'oguwe gujja kufa ne business ejja kufa oyo mukafiiriddwa sente meka yaleeta 2 million gold testing kits ziruddawo Museveni yamugalira mu nyumba namukatuzi wakafiirwa sente meka mulenzi gwe ejogeryo lyakondegezaako gwe siri kusonyiwa oba munziti omukozi siri musonyiwa tumwebaze siri musonyiwa ebizimbe byonna babitutte yabba ne babitwala kana akasajja kalemedde mu new vision omulimu bagukugjeeko ogwange nga wagutwala teri yansonga
yewe bamugjeeko omulimu awalidde
nakalema asonga abasonzi batibekazonga katubeka bajjula bakebajjula begwe nga bakulagira gwe ogoba abantu mu gavumenti interdicted them bateekebwa abalala mwe okuba nemba malawo mwe sijja basonyiwa kategole yammwe endala nnyo sisobola
kategole yabwe yetasonyika
kakati ngati olaba Muzaata we have known why there is a controversies as how much Narweso paid as what killed Muzaata. Bokede was building up a case. Bokede was supporting a school of thought that was alleging that
Muzaata died of COVID.
Kalisa were poisoned. It was the first newspaper to tell us that Museveni had donated cars to the Kibuli faction. You know what it means? It means the Kibuli faction has also collapsed like a mango because the Catholic Church. I was praising Kakunguru. And he said Kakunguru was in charge of distribution. What does it mean? Kakunguru has lost his independence. 2, it is now clear that the Kibuli faction was using Bobiwine to pressurize Museveni to give them vehicles. So therefore, today the argument is, can Bobiwine go back to Kibuli and be accepted? Even if he goes back to Kibuli, Bobiwine cannot go back to Kibuli because Kibuli has been exposed as another institution, opportunistic institution. Using
Bobiwine's power to acquire
vehicles. Abo bafukati. Nabo begase ku mengo bafu. Nene kibingira ye mufukati.
Bafudde.
Yes. Why don't you reject it? Toiza kugamba nti Museveni mubi kati kikutegeeza. Bobiwine was being used by a faction in Kibuli to sabotage Museveni's vehicles. Because you must understand, when you are going to buy 11 vehicles, you must make an order. Yes, you must make an order. Olabyeko showroom wano mu Uganda ine motoka 10.
Nalaba Toyota.
Yes.
Baina store.
Yes. Kitegeeza. Museveni donated these vehicles to the Islamic faith. Those who were opposed to taking the vehicles because of the selfish interest. Nti Muzaata at one time yagamba nange bampo advisor.
Ne mu advising.
Nange mu advising. Kakati kikutegeeza nti Bukedde stories abadde akuba, as I told you. Nti Bukedde is insinuating something that Muzaata's death originated either from his family or from Kibuli. Kakati bali abasajja bagezi kirabika Narweso yaguze motoka ezo. eyo type bwogula emotoka 10 bakuwaako emu bagamba za miliyoni 600 kati kitegeeza Nalweso bwe yaguze emmotoka ezo yafunyeeko kati bano ababbi abali baagala diiru y'emu bamukoze nga Lumumba baagala Museveni amukyawe nti sente ze yawadde mu ddwaliro miliyoni 108 kingi nnyo yazibbye okitegeera
nti diiru eri
Nalweso bamukubanga nani nga Lumumba nti Lumumba yabbye sente but the problem is
bwabanga yabadde mu diiru y'ogula emmotoka
is different because Lumumba the president knows how much money he gave Lumumba if Museveni gave Lumumba tibuli muntu azze mumuwe emitwalo 15 nange nali wakusasulwa sente nga ngenda njogereramu bwe nalaba mbagala banfuge bampeye miliyoni 2 bamekate mulinda bako anybody who wants to use me must pay I'm like a political musasule oyo mule sali nkoze sako office ya national chairman teri nkoze sako nange ku 60 years how can you be able to articulate issues and then somebody pays for me jengenzo okwogerera you are joking I must have my money if I go to a radio station at that when akaluka with you does Museveni need a
few days less than 30
tubala bubazinako kakati kitegeeza namwe mwakola ensobi bano bakalisa baali balowooza tibajja kufuna sente za programs ne balowooza nti tibajja omukono namukyawa nnyo nimwe munyirwa nga walinziruka tumwebaza nimwe mpira tumwebaza nasalawo okukyawagana ne Sudiru lwatumwebaza tumwebaza yakambala ekivumbu ati nengenda nembazi nkakubenkansa omutwe tumwebaza siri kusonyiwa munsi muno siri kusonyiwa tumwebaza siri kusonyiwa nojjako programs eno nojjako nali nkukoze kajiji yampera musome kasi katutuke ali tunula mukabuli ya mune yali bawangu neti tuliddayo these all the people bana aballa bano ba professor bano I don't have any problem with them in fact it is revealed nti mbabazi ye yankuba tumwebaze tujja kutunka tolowooza yo en agreement mwe category ye ya mwe teri agreement atuna mukabuli ya mune yabawangu so abumba manyi tikakati ekibuli bukedde awunzise
ekintu kyayo
ekibuli afunye emmotoka ate it is not mentioned oba ne Kampala mukadde Museveni yabawadde kati who is a winner Museveni is a winner it means you were hosting Bobiwine
to threaten Museveni
mumukanga abawe emmotoka yazibawadde kati munaddamu ne muhostinga Bobiwine so that's why for me nobody can use me I'm a strategist nabagamba nti you wait Bukedde is insinuating on something. Nti Bukedde addidde battle y'obulwadde agitadde mu family issues. What did the COVID have to do with the quarrels between Muzata and his wife? The quarrels continue even after Muzata's death. What if Bagabania Bugagga? What if the widow is saying that on the list of vehicles my husband had an allocation? Gwolowooza Museveni yali wadde ab'ekibuli emmotoka n'ataba Muzata n'ataba nkulude
tekisoboka
kati ekikutegeeza ti kwalo yonna eriyo ne Kalisa yali badde tafuna mmotoka manya Kalisa naye yalifunye there was no Museveni could buy vehicles the most important people in Kibuli Kalisa was inclusive and Muzata was inclusive how come that they are dead? That was what Bukedde was insinuating. And Bukedde, after completing the story, that the Kibuli faction has received the vehicles from Museveni, has closed topics about debating about Muzata. Two, because I said that the Kakungulu family plays a lot in Uganda's politics. All leaders who have taken the power in Uganda have gone through the hands of Kakungulu's home. Now, the donation of the vehicle has destroyed the Kakungulu's independence. Is now at the level of the Anglican Church, of the Mengo government. Was he really interested in change? Was he interested in Bobiwine? Or he was using Bobiwine as a leverage or a pressure to force Museveni to give him vehicles? And Museveni is a smart guy. If I was this man, the Kibuli faction, Kakungulu, I would have told the president, what these people will view it differently. We are having an election. If we want to donate vehicles to Kibuli, why don't you have it after the elections? Now that the Kibuli faction that have been welcoming Bobiwine several times have received the vehicles, and if Bobiwine is smart like me, you don't go back. Akazito kabwabe Kibuli kabalekeri. Kibuli has been destroyed. Kakungulu tachaddayo kubeera nga kitawe kakungulu. Kakungulu naye agulibwa is corruptible.
Amaze okufuna kyafuna.
Yes.
Amaze okufuna kyatadde mu nsawo.
As Museveni donated the same vehicles to all religious groups, as he donated, as he
only had that.
Bishops, as he given the Catholic bishops, 11 vehicles, as he given the Kampala card. Once it is reduced to you, you cannot deny it. Even if you say that Museveni had already promised us, he promised Kakungulu a Mercedes Benz, the late Kakungulu. When he died, Chigunda decided to abuse Museveni. What type of people who promised elderly people? The better to Kiriza. But Kakungulu was an old man. It was going to be a special car, manufactured especially for the old man. This is what happened when Samuel, the Chief Justice, the former Chief Justice Wambus, quarreled with Interwoba. Because Wambus was using an old vehicle. When he was an old man, Museveni ordered a special design for the Chief Justice because he was an old man and was limping. When the vehicle came, this and the old one was returned to the principal judge in Taboba. Taboba rejected it, said I grab this one. No, it's not yours. This one was designed for
for the other limping man.
For the limping man. So this I said maybe it was juju. This man feared to take the other one the Chief Justice was using, fearing juju because Africa, you take my vehicle, you drive my vehicle without my permission, and you steal it, and you see what happens on the road.
Are you serious?
Yes. So these are the issues that I promised my followers that I will be making briefs. Now you pray. Akatambi ako kakubi. Ulabe lwaki nsonyiye na lweso. Otegere lwaki mwenda mu reviewing. Takyali ku list ya blacklist.
Akatambi katugenda kateeka ku eno program.
Mwebaza nenna kalima tekiribeerawo. N'oyo omuvubuka ono. Be baakona evenga bangobe. N'ateekawo n'omuntu. Tetuliddamu ku nsi mu kabbali ne mu ggulu oba nzitanzita. Naye naye tajja kufuuka president. Buli wamu wonna mwabye anzita alabe bali mukuba ne bamutata munne gwe batta ye yantakula katukubaga n'eppaka n'omulenzi oyo ajooga abantu anzita alabe ekiddirirawo abentwala gye bamutwalamu n'envunyu aligisasula obujozi obwo buli mu yali antakula yali annumbira ki tugenda kuteekako